Okay, this is a journal entry for week 4, Life Stressors. I started by taking the assessment in chapter 9, and I was actually pretty curious to see where I would fall. I was pretty sure that my stress level was pretty high, especially when it took into account the last year. Just because within the last year, being in the military, I have changed houses and states and jobs and been promoted. And now I find myself currently, temporarily, without a spouse due to the fact that he's in the middle of the wilderness of Arizona. So I was pretty sure I was going to score fairly high on this assessment going in. And I was actually pleasantly surprised to find that I am under the 500 point mark, not by much, a measly 15 points, but still under that 500 mark that could lead to health-related issues. I was really looking forward to reading this chapter the most. I think that my stress level generally runs a little bit high. For sure now it's definitely high, but I was looking for some good tips. And in reading this chapter, I kind of found some of the things I'm actually already doing or have in place in my life are kind of anti-stressors. Things like massage therapy, which I really try to get in at least twice a month, just kind of as some alone time and some kind of recharging sort of energy. To-do lists, for sure. I'm a to-do list person. I generally have at least one at work and one at home as well. Being flexible, especially when it comes to time management. I feel like I am fairly flexible. I think some of the things that are kind of against me is I can be a procrastinator. I know it's interesting that I say that as I'm doing my journal entry early for this week, but normally I especially things I don't want to do, I can procrastinate. Also at work, yesism is kind of a subculture. It's almost subtly recommended, maybe. So I can definitely fall into that trap. Workaholism, for sure. Especially coming from my last commands where I would work 12 to 18-hour days on the ship. It has transgressed into my new job. I'm trying to hold that back a little bit more, spend more time at home and with family and recharging. But it is a shift. Time juggling. This is something I do have some issues with, but I will continue to try and work on that for sure. Some positive things in the time management category for myself, I found, again, flexible, that I have a to-do list, that I take breaks, whether it just be to sit down and watch a TV show with my daughter or go for a run. I am okay with that, and I think I could potentially get better. Music is definitely an anti-stressor for me. So both at work, in the car, especially when I'm in the car by myself driving for whatever reason, that totally brings down my stress level. Exercise is definitely another stress release that I have been using. Sometimes I don't make it as big of a priority, especially now. Making sure that my daughter gets all of her things done is definitely the first priority. As far as a stress release suggestion from the book, I kind of tried the autogenics / meditation, and I think it did work. I kind of went into it thinking it might be a little hokey, but I did feel relaxed after 10 minutes, and I probably could have drifted off to sleep actually. So, this might be another technique that I would try again in the future, especially when things are getting kind of hectic at work. So,